and feel comes from, not to mention developing a good sense of rhythm. So basically, we'll take it into three different parts, and the first part will be playing the minor pentatonic scale. The second part will be playing the blues, the minor blues scale, and the third part will be playing the Mixolydian mode. So they're very similar scales in a way, but they tie in together very well. They're similar, but yet not so similar. They're all in A, put it this way. And but we'll start off with just soloing over the A minor pentatonic scale over a blues progression, and we'll stick to just the pentatonic scale. And I'll show you as we go to this camera right here. I'll pull up the scale right here like that. And that'll be the A minor pentatonic scale over the full progression. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just give it a run. And the progression sounds like this. Basically an A7 chord. D7 chord. Back to an A7 chord. E7 chord. E7 chord, 5 chord. Now what I want to concentrate on is playing the root notes here. Over the A. When it goes to D, I'm going to hit the D note. Back to the A. Goes to E. On the E note. Over the D. And on the D note. Back to A. And on the E. One thing to focus on when you want to hit the third, hitting the C, you want to bend up a half step, kind of like a micro bend. But on 4 chord, the D, you want to hit the C note naturally. Over the E, and the D. So if I want to hit the third, I'm going to bend up a little bit, like a micro bend. I would take this and play it in different positions. Play it down here. You don't have to play this shape like I'm playing on the chart here. You can play the A minor pentatonic scale in 5 different positions here. You play it down here. All right. Let's go back over to here. Camera 1. Say hello to my man, Ozman. How you doing, Ozman? If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications. Very cool. I'll give you a round of applause. So playing the blues here on a Monday afternoon. Lunchtime blues. How you doing, Ozman? What are you drinking out there? I know it's beer o'clock somewhere. I still have my morning coffee. So as usual, I'll put a link in the description on when the lesson actually starts, for real, which we started. But I want to say hello to my friend here, Ozman. Good morning. I saw the EVH Eddie Van Halen video. That was awesome. Thank you very much. I have a couple Van Halen solos that I give lesson tutorials on my channel. Hanging in there? That's good news. Good news. That's all we can do is hang in there, make the best of it. Make the most of this life, right? Playing guitar, that helps. So I'm giving 3 different scales you can use to play the blues. Keeping it real simple today. The first one was the A minor pentatonic scale, which I just went over. And if you're interested in any of the sound that any of the gear I'm using to get the sound, I put links in the description too. You can check it out like this one. All I'm using today is I'm going straight into my interface on the computer, the Apollo by Universal, the Apollo Twin, and I have a pedal going straight into it, and it's a little hot tone blues pedal. It's really cool. It's a little blue pedal, and I'm not actually sure they even make this one anymore, but they have a new version of it. But check that out. And I'm on my I guess it would be my second position pickup in between the bridge. No, in between the neck and the middle position right here. Get that kind of twang thing over here. You know what I mean? All right. So the first way is to play the A minor pentatonic scale. The second way would be to play the pentatonic scale over all 3 chords. What I mean by that is when you're on the 1 chord, play the A minor. And then when it goes to D, the 4 chord, play the D minor pentatonic. When it goes back to the 1 chord, play the A minor pentatonic again. When it goes to the E, guess what? Play the E minor pentatonic scale. When it goes to D, back to the D. And A, back to A minor pentatonic. Back to A. And what this does is it really kind of opens up the sound of the blues. And what I would kind of do is focus on what the difference is between these 3 pentatonic scales. Like when you're on A, you can see where the 3rd is, you see where the 5th is, see where the root is. Think of this position that you play often. I'll show you right here, a closer up view of it. I'll forget about this position for a minute. If you look at the shape right here, that's A. Now when it goes to D, instead of really moving up to here, what you can do, you can really do the same thing right inside here. It's the same notes, but I didn't have to move my hand all the way over here. I'm on D. Back to A. When it goes to E, here's the E note. That's the E minor pentatonic. Back to D. A. Back to A. Now that you know that, look at the differences between what's happening here. You see this basic shell right here. When it goes to the D, look what I'm focusing on. I'm hitting that note, and I'm hitting this note, the D, as opposed to I'm hitting 2 different notes. If I was just to play the shell on the minor pentatonic, when it goes to D, now I'm hitting 2 different notes. I'm focusing on 2 different notes. So right there, you're getting a new sound, as opposed to just playing the A minor pentatonic over the D7 chord. Now I have this one. So when it goes back to A, it's switching again, so it's changing sounds. I'm focusing on what's the difference. Well, I was hitting this F, but now I'm hitting the E. And the same thing when it goes to E. Look at that. That's the note that I'm hitting that's different. I'm playing the B note right there. It goes to the D. Back to the A. So if you're going from a 5 to a 4, the D chord, back to the A, you really emphasize the differences. So, all right, so let's run the same progression, only I'm going to play the 3 different pentatonic scales over there. Let's see how that sounds. All right. That's all right, Ozman. Go to Costco. Do some massive grocery shopping there in bulk. Ozman, haven't seen Kelly in a while. Yeah, well, in this channel, you show up when you can. That's all there is to it. If you're available, come hang out. Come play some guitar. If not, it's okay. We'll catch you next time. But thank you for hanging out, Ozman. Hopefully you get something out of this. And when you get back from Costco, watch the replay, tune your guitar, and enjoy. So let's see. We'll go back to here. Very cool. Thank you for hanging out, my man. Okay, so we got that. So it's really good to know the 5 positions of the pentatonic scale. If you don't know them, I made a video on that. I'll put a link in the description so you can go back and see, because you can play that. Play the same scale, A minor pentatonic here. Yeah, you can play it here. Play it here. Play it here. Oops. Play it here. Oops, right there. Once again, up here, which is doubling what I did down there. And up here. All right. So, I actually have a course that I came out with that goes into a bit more depth on this. It's called the Essential Skills Guitar Course. It's at my website, jerrycherry.com/courses. and I go over 3 different things. Fretboard memorization. We could learn the notes all over the fretboard very easily. The circle of fifths, where you could basically come up with really great chord progressions, and inside that circle lies all of music. So I go into that, and I go into playing the blues. I show different blues progressions, lots of scales you can use over it. I have backing tracks over it, and scale charts and all that good stuff. So check that out when you get a chance. Essential skills for guitar. So basically, let's go on to the second scale, which is going to be the blues scale. I can show it right here. And basically, that's not it right there. It's going to be this blues scale. And basically, in the scale, I'm just adding one note. I'm adding the flat 5. Really adds like a lot of tension to it. You know, makes you want to resolve to something. You know, a lot of guitar players have that lick right here. It's a really good lick to incorporate that flat 5. So you can play that over the whole progression like this. Or play it here. Play the D blues scale. Hello, Carolyn. Good to see you. Give you a round of applause. We're playing the blues here on a Monday afternoon, a special Monday episode. Usually we go live on Sundays at 1 o'clock, but during the football season, Sundays at 12 o'clock, because we don't want to interfere with all you football heads out there. But we couldn't do it yesterday, so we're doing it today. So we can do it every week, rain or shine. And it is kind of a rainy, gray day out here today. Perfect for playing the blues. Hello, Frederick. So good to see you. I can't wait to start using your product. Really looking forward. I could have used it today, but it was a little soon. Next week. Could have came up with some really cool progressions with the Jammin' player. But right now I just created my own loop, my own simple, with my my loop station, my Boss RC5, and came up with some drums and a simple progression for playing the blues and for learning. And we're doing some blues here today. Yeah, for sure. Gonna check out some of those rhythm tracks that you got there. Very useful. But for now, I came up with a simple thing right now, just to get the point across. And we're playing the blues scale, which is the flat 5 and the 5th. So instead of just the regular minor pentatonic scale, you have, I'll show you right here, A minor pentatonic, and the flat 5, the 5. It's flat 5 again. With all kinds of cool licks, like it goes to the 4 chord. You could add the blues note in there as well over the D chord. When it goes to the 5 chord, it's cool to add that element in there. So let's go ahead and play it. Give it a shot. This progression. Give it a pass. Using the blues scale. All right. Let me get back over to here. Hopefully you're enjoying this. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. All that groovy stuff. Wow, we got Tuvia from Israel. Very, very cool. Hello. Thank you for joining us here on a Monday afternoon. Here going live, playing some blues. Give you a round of applause. Cheers. And I'm always making mistakes going live. You know what? I didn't hit the record button on my camera. Give me 1 second to do that. Nice to record like mostly all the way through. Start at the end, right? Okay. Right. So now one last way. I gave you the 2 ways so far. The regular minor pentatonic scale. Second was adding the blues scale in there. And the third way would be to play the Mixolydian mode. And the Mixolydian mode basically looks like this. And there's many ways that you could finger the position. You know, there's a lot of ways, but essentially it's just really, it's the sound and it's the feel of the notes that you want to get under your fingers. This position is like this. It's Mixolydian mode. Essentially, it's just the D major scale, but over an A chord. The thing is, you would use this over each one of the chords, and it really outlines the sound of the A7 chord. So you have an A7, so you really, here's the shell, and here's the scale, because you're hitting the roots, you got the 5th, you got the dominant 7 chord, you have the major 3rd, you have the 5th up there again, you have some inside notes in the scale, which is the major 6, the 7th, and then when it goes to D, you basically hit the D Mixolydian scale, which in this position, it's really close to where you are, so it'd be like this. Then it goes to to the 5 chord, the E, you can hit the E Mixolydian scale, which is basically the same thing I just moved up. Back to the A. But essentially what I want to focus on is really just hitting the notes that matter here. You really want to emphasize the 7th and the 3rd. So keep it simple. Check it out. Over the A chord, 7th, and the 3rd. Over the D, the 7th, and the 3rd. Back to the A, the 7th and 3rd. And over the E, basically what it sounds like. Over the A7. So those are 3 scales. Those are 3 scales that you could use over a simple blues progression. A blues. You do this in any key. So you have the A minor pentatonic, A blues scale, then you have the A Mixolydian mode. And you mix them all up and it makes one super blues scale. Because basically the chord is an A7. So it's a major chord. So when you're playing the blues scale, if you play the 3rd, which is that C note right there, it's all built around this position right here that we went over first. The regular minor pentatonic scale, that's the shell. If you take that C note, which is right here, you micro bend that up a little bit. Or you can bend all the way up to the major 3rd. But usually in the context of the blues, you don't really have to bend it up all the way. Just give it a little bend. But that leads into the Mixolydian scale, which would be the 3rd. So that's one note that you have in common, as well as the 7th with the Mixolydian. But the Mixolydian mode is a major, so I'm building off of this basic shape right here. So instead of playing this C right here, I'm playing the C sharp to make it major. The same thing with the blues note. So you mix them all up together so you get a sound that's kind of like a... Over the D. playing the Mixolydian scale here. Over the E. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know in the comments section. Any ideas for videos for next week? I go live every Sunday at 12 o'clock. I couldn't do it yesterday because I had something else going on I had to do. But we do it every week, so we're here on Monday. So if you enjoy this, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Leave comments about anything that you'd like me to go over in the following weeks. As far as songs, solos, any theory. And hopefully you found this helpful. And hopefully you can take your blues playing. Oops, I think my Siri went off just now. I must have said something that sounds like Siri. That was funny. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me here on Monday. We're keeping it a quick one today, so you can get back to work or whatever you're doing here in your lunch hour. And let's see here what else I wanted to go over here. Okay. So remember, be cool, be kind, be cherry. And if you want to see another video on 5 ways to improve your blues, check the video out right there. And I'll see you next week, next Sunday at 12 o'clock. All right. You guys are the best. Love yous. And I'll see you then. Ciao, y'all.